Right, so let's fix the audio. There we go. All right, welcome back, guys. It is, of course, time to move in into a little bit of Free Fire action right here on the Ekasi Esports Free Fire series powered by Vodacom World. And it is time to hop straight on in to our playoffs. Of course, this is the first week of the playoffs. Speaking of which, we do have the plane underway. So let's jump straight up in game to see what the teams are going to be bringing in this first week. Right, so here we are getting ready to roll, getting ready to move straight on through as we now wait to see where the players are going to be dropping down into, and of course where the action will be coming from. But of course now also we'll be seeing these ads pop up on screen, so if you're interested in any of those, be sure to head on over towards Vodacom World and check out the specials, check out the deals they have, and potentially maybe pick up one of those. But in the meantime, we are going to be jumping straight up into the action here. As we can see, of course, we do have a lobby here with 22 players locked and loaded and ready to roll. So this, of course, being the first week of the playoffs. So the teams are going to be playing, or the players rather, are going to be playing it out over this week. And, of course, the coming week to see who moves up into our grand finals. So let's see what the teams and the players will bring. Box already being taken down. Gary, of course, now making his way down onto the ground. Up in towards the shipyard here. You can see, of course, Kilsenko also now, Kilsenzo, sorry, moving up as well. Of course, now these players have been fighting it out over several weeks, 14 weeks, going at it to make it just all the way up into here. But of course, now we look to see how many points they'll be able to put on the board throughout this week, and of course the next week, looking to secure themselves a position up in towards those finals. And Invoke coming through with the kills, coming through with the Bane, already sending the hurt straight on through. What's up, Sneaky? Sneaky now getting ready. Yeah, just don't get killed just yet. Aurora also now moving through. We can see the Rimnam village just a little bit further down over in towards that southwestern side. So a very, well, run-of-the-mill kind of drop coming in there for Aurora. You can see Mike also now just moving through over in towards Mars Electric. We've got Box, as I mentioned already, getting taken down. No boy, of course, now looking to move through the graveyard. Fortunately, it's not spooky. It might be deadly, though, but it's definitely not spooky. Of course, curious to see where the engagements are going to be coming from. And potentially, we can catch some of that right here on screen. Toshiro, of course, not keeping a very watchful eye. Waiting to see if anybody's going to be budging. Oh, here's Sokka now, right here up into the engagement. That is what we want to have. We want to have some spicy fighting. Of course, now only 20 players remain. It's already 2 players getting sent back. Oh, Sokka now having a few shots go off right behind him. And down he goes. Anil being the one stepping up there. Of course, finding that confirm. Well done, well played. We got Krem also now just moving on through. Just on the outskirts of Cape Town here. Anil, of course, as we just saw, managing to find that kill. Well done. Oh, and he did it blindfolded. I'm impressed. Of course, now Invoke just hovering around in the blue zone, enjoying the higher tier loot. It's definitely a pretty interesting spot there for Invoke to be in. You see Lucifer, of course, now just holding up on that far northwestern side, up in towards that bullseye direction. L2K also now all the way down in towards Sentosa. So a nice bit of a separation that we've got. The 2 opposite ends of the map there. We have seen a few impressive plays coming in from L2K in previous games. But of course now we look to see whether or not that momentum will carry over coming into this week's games. You see Yoda, of course, now also moving through. We do see him close into this bullseye area. Lucy, of course, just positioned up north. Don't think we're going to be seeing the engagement come through on that just yet. But of course now, here we go. We got Nossi also already getting sent back in Niter. Ooh, fairly close to L2K. Oh, we could maybe have a bit of a fight break out. Let's see who's going to get it. All these two players start bumping heads. Of course, it is L2K up against Niter. It seems like Niter could potentially be rotating up a little bit further north. We see that Bush come in. Alright, so Niter now just making their way on through. Yeah, Lucy not pushing up in that same direction, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that fight break out just yet. We got Saga here as well. We do have someone pretty close to Saga. We did hear the footsteps. Oh, yes, indeed. There's someone just up top. Oh, we see the fight break out, though. No idea who it is. But Saga now just patiently waiting. Trying to find the appropriate angle to come on in with the aggression. Oh, we do have the shots now being fired across. Oh, there could potentially be 3 players. Let's see what happens. You can hear those footsteps. Here we go. Saga now. Come on. Come on, Saga. Show us what you got. The Saga now frantically searching. Trying to find the opponent. Come on. Alright, so the red zone coming into play as well. Saga not being able to find it just yet. Ooh, it is a Robocop. There we go. So Robocop and Saga. Robocop keeping a very, very watchful eye here. Just waiting to see if you can find that angle. Waiting for the opportune moment while the red zone, of course, now is doing its thing in the background. We also have the safe zone starting to shrink on in. So we're going to be seeing the team starting to push up and into position. Of course, trying to find themselves a decent setup within that zone. Oh, nice hits from Robocop straight on through. Beautiful execution right there. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Of course, now as we jump back over on it towards Gary, you can see Gary now just coming here, flying up in towards the zone. Oh, about to land in that blue zone. Decent spot to be in. But now the question comes in, will we see any contention come in? Do we have anyone in the vicinity? So far, so good for Gary. Of course, now as we move over towards Kill Senzo. Not seeing anyone move just yet. Unless, of course, they're pretty good at staying absolutely stationary. We got Midnight, of course, over in towards Plantation. What's up, Midnight? Just loving the emotes. Alright, now as we move on through, we do see Sneaky, of course, now looking to be a little bit sneaky. We did hear some utils now, of course, just counting off in the background. Rocky looking pretty dope. Right there in the background. Let's see if Sneaky is going to try and get a little bit aggressive or not. Just playing the massive game. Doing a one-finger push-up even. Here we go. Sneaky getting ready, pumped up and ready to roll. Of course, now as we jump over towards Aurora, who's now trying to catch up to that zone shrinking. Fortunately, it is a safe area for the current time for Aurora to try and rotate through and find a potential setup right on the inside of that zone. Of course, as we jump over to Mike, we see Mike also not too far away. Of course, now Aurora is positioned a slight tad bit further over towards that western side. Oh, no boy also now just chilling out in the blue zone. Don't know if it's maybe just AFK or what is going on there. But now in the meantime, Toshido, of course, just up ahead there of the position. We did see Aurora rotating in. It's now curious to see when Toshido is going to be going, as we do have that zone shifting up once again. Toshido keeping a very watchful eye. waiting patiently to spot any potential movement coming in. Alright, so Krem also now just moving up, still holding up on towards that eastern side. Does have a little bit of ground to cover, but fortunately, as we can see, of course, that zone didn't shift up too aggressively. So no crazy rotations being required here just yet. We do have Anil now, of course, keeping a very watchful eye. Looking to see if we'll have any potential fight. Of course, he did see someone right up ahead. Oh, you got that UAV. So not being deployed, but come on, Anil now just trying to sneak on in. Let's see, here we go, the push is coming in. Anil now looking for any of those footsteps. Here we go. Oh, nice. Did have a quick U-tour getting sent over. Quick nade flung through. Because now Anil could be looking to clear it up. So we see that come through on the top floor. The bottom floor, where is it at? Come on, Anil, you can do it. 15 players remain in our first game here of the playoffs. Right, so Anil now being pretty cautious. Not looking to put himself in a vulnerable position just yet. Right, let's see if we can figure out who is here alongside him. Of course, now we've got Invoke pushing through, just holding on the edge. Oh, Lucy steps up with the shots. Oh, there we go. The bush flying out, pushing back up into the warehouse. Of course, now we can see Invoke just moving through. Trying to get that wrap around approach. Lucy now keeping a very watchful eye. Hoping to potentially find the move, find the angle. Oh, we did see the movement coming in right there. Of course, now Lucy disengaging from the fight there. Repositioning a slight bit further down in the zone, of course. Now we did see Mike come in with a shot onto L2K as well. Knights now still looking to push on in. Robocop just holding on the edge. So we jump back up to Gary. We see Gary, of course, positioned still on that western side. Oh, Kilsenko now keeping a very watchful eye here. Is this going to be the moment of truth? Come on, shots come in. Oh, wall gets deployed just in the nick of time. The zone, of course, shifting up once again, heading even further to the north. Kilsenzo now keeping watchful eye, spots movement out in the open once again. Oh, just missing the shot once more. Those walls, those pesky walls keep on pumping up. Oh, come on, come on. So close, just follow through, get it done. Oh, almost there. Come on, one more. Just missing the opportunity. Wow. Let's see, will Kilsenzo now start pushing up. Is he going to go for zone? Yeah, it seems like he's pushing straight up into the zone. Trying to get himself back up into safety. But of course, now we see Midnight. Position just a slight little bit further up ahead. Also just on the edge of the zone. Sneaky now still just holding on to the position up here in towards the peak region. Trying to put a quick few shots through. Aurora now positioned all the way down in the south. Looking for that safe passage in its zone. What's up, Aurora? Alright, so Mike now also making his move. Making his rush. Finding his first kill, of course, on it towards L2K. Oh, there we go. Running straight up into this fight. Nice. Out comes the walls. Out comes the shield. But of course, now that wall being deployed a little bit high. Not really providing the adequate amount of cover. Oh, no boy finding a kill. There we go. Well done. But of course, now Mike is caught in a bit of a vulnerable position. We do have No Boy, of course, now. Just getting that kill in. But up comes Toshiro. Midnight finds the kill into Invoke now. Toshiro pushing up from the south. Krem now just holding on at the edge. Positioned over towards this eastern side. Lucy now also looking to push on in, coming in from the north. Will he have clear passage up in towards the zone as it shifts up once again, centering up quite nicely within the current zone. Oh, there we go. Niter now, of course, does have a little bit of company moving into his position. The shots coming through. Of course, Robocop now getting eliminated. Let's see whether or not Niter will be able to land the hits, land the shots. Pick up that first kill. 11 players remain. It seems like Niter is in the safe. For the moment, is in the clear. Not getting pushed just yet. We do have Gary, of course, now trying to rotate up that far side. Trying to come up the east, of course, or west rather. Holding that position just on the edge of the zone. We do have Gilsenzo also just up ahead of him. Positioned a little bit up into the north here. Midnight finds the shot up into Lucy, though. You can see those walls up ahead. Of course, now Midnight just enjoying the little spray that he had there. But of course, now we do see Sneaky looking to push in. Gary finds the shot into Noboy. Of course, now Sneaky about to go up. And it's a little bit of an engagement as we now only have 8 remaining players left. Oh, out comes the rush. Sneaky quickly popping up the walls. There we go, back and forth. Who's going to get it? That zone is closing in, so they're running out of time. They're running out of options. Toshiro picks up Mike in the process, though. Sneaky now trying to move on in, trying to be a little bit sneaky. Aurora also just beautifully positioned within the zone, but of course, down goes Aurora. Now it is up to our remaining 6 players. Midnight trying to make a play on the compound. Of course, we have Sneaky positioned up over on towards that eastern side. The drone being deployed. The play is now starting to run all over the place. It is a very open position. Up comes Sneaky trying to get up into the fight. Toshiro keeping a watchful eye. Krem keeping a watchful eye. Gary, of course, now just trying to get out of the oven here. Quickly plopping those walls down. Kilsenzo keeping a watchful eye from behind the concrete wall. Midnight looking to potentially make a bit of a stand here. Sneaky now also trying to push in with the third party. Toshiro now still just rotating around the edge. Krem keeping a watchful eye, waiting for that third party opportunity. And of course, now the shots. Let's try and see if we can get into it. Yo! Down goes Toshiro. Midnight puts the shot in and instantly Midnight goes down as well. Kilsenzo finding a beautiful hit. Third party of note. Kilsenzo now looking to make a stand here. Sneaky also just holding up. Just in the south of the zone, of course. Now 4 players left to fight it out. Kramer now trying to find the ideal approach back up in towards that zone. Best possible battle plan. And of course now, oh, that is the end of Gary as Kilsenzo sends the utils in. Oh, down he goes now. As Sneaky finds the shot, it is up to Krem to make the run. Oh, puts the shots in and down he goes. Sneaky taking home the booyah. Absolutely insane play coming in from Sneaky. Beautiful rush, beautiful play right there. And of course, what a way to get it done. See Sneaky finishing off on 4 kills. Krem, of course, up in second position. Kilsenko taking third there with 2. Gary in fourth with 1. Midnight, of course, in 5th place with 3 kills. Toshiro in 6th place with 1. Aurora finding herself up in 7th. Of course, now we see Mike there over in that 8th place with 1 kill. Noboy also in 9th with 1. And then, of course, Naito finishing up in 10th place. We got Lucy there with 1 kill. We got Robocop with 1 kill. Invoke, as well as Anil finishing on 1 kill apiece. LTK and Yoda not being able to get any kills in this round just yet. We do have Rater, of course, now finding 2 kills. Of course, we see Saga as well as Hisoka, Nossi. Then, of course, Deet? Let's call it God. And, of course, Box finishing up in that 22nd position. So, a pretty spicy start to the day. We've got 1 more match to go. So, be sure to stay tuned. We'll be back with you guys in a short few minutes. We'll continue with a little bit more free fire action. See you after the break. What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is time to get into the final match of today. This, of course, being week 1 of our qualifiers, or rather the playoffs, getting ready to see what the teams will bring in our first week. Of course, next week we continue with the playoffs to see which teams will be moving, which players will be moving through into our grand final. So expecting a bit of spicy gameplay to come in on this final match of today. And of course, now we're looking to see exactly what the players will bring, as we've only got a few in the lobby. We've got 13 lined up in the lobby and, of course, ready to roll. So we're going to be jumping up into the game in a short moment. But give me your prediction in the chat, of course. Let me know, who do you think is going to be the team to grab that boy? This, of course, being the Ekasi Esports Free Fire series, powered by Vodacom World. So without further ado, here we go, straight in game. All right. Here we are, making our way through. And of course, as we can see, we do have Gary up here in pole position, flying in on some wanted signs. That is a very interesting approach into the game. Anil, of course, now still on the plane. As we can see, that plane, of course, heading through up into a more northerly direction there, of course. As we can see, just about to cross over that mill area. We do see Kilzenko, killed Senzo. Wow. Also now just making their way on through. Toshiro about to touch down over in towards factory. We got Death also now just not too far away, positioned over in towards the lovely strip there. We've got a Yoda, of course, on the approach. Heading down to the ground, about to get up in towards that bridge, potentially. Of course, Aurora now taking up the position up here in the Rimnam village once again. Oh, we do hear some additional footsteps. What's up, Aurora? What's up? Alright, so we do hear some extra footsteps. I'm quite sure if Aurora's heard them. Or maybe it's my imagination hoping for some action. But we'll see soon enough. Of course, now as we jump over to Krem. Oh, down goes Yoda, though. Nice play. Of course, Sneaky being the one to sneak in that first initial kill. Of course, now 12 players remain. As we can see, Naita also now just rotating through. Pretty close to that shipyard. Of course, now here we go. Sneaky, the one to find that sneaky kill onto Mr. Yoda. Dead you is. Alright, so you got Raita also now just moving through. Ooh, getting a bit of an engagement right here over in towards the strip. That is, of course, what we want to see. Want to see the action go down. Oh, here we go. Quick death coming in there from Death as he finds the shot. And, of course, now Raita deploying the shield, but not... Well, that was the wall and not being within the wall. That is what you'd call a bit of a rip right then and there. 11 players remain. Of course, now we can see Box making his way on through. We do have Icon also now just positioned up in towards the clock tower region. Gary holding on to Graveyard. As you can see, of course, that zone nowhere in sight just yet. Waiting to see, of course, what that zone will bring. Still have a minute or so left on the clock. Anil, of course, over in towards the mill area. Alright, as we jump back over on towards Kilsenzo. See, moving through the Cape Town area. Do we have anyone in the vicinity? It doesn't sound like it. Alright, moving on. We see Toshiro keeping a very watchful eye on the clock tower. This is definitely going to be an interesting play, of course. Now, looking to see whether or not Toshiro is going to step up and maybe look to put those shots in. Toshiro with a slow, steady approach. Quick scoping away. Here we go, of course, now. Death now on the roll. Yeah, not the easiest vehicle to turn with, they're gonna say. But of course, now just putting up in it to the graveyard. Aurora still holding up in towards the Rimnam village, and we do have the zone, of course, now positioned down in towards the south, potentially almost that southwestern side. Krem now just trying to find a good approach up in towards the zone. Niter holding up in towards the shipyard still. Sneaky up in towards Peak. Now comes Box now, positioned down over in towards that Mars Electric, of course, all the way down on the southern edge of the zone. So we do have 11 remaining players, but at the current time, they are quite scattered throughout the zone. Icon, of course, now. If only he knew who was sitting up above, keeping a watchful eye. Gary, of course, now just flying up into zone. There we go, using the launcher, comes rocketing in. Team, of course, pulling up pretty close to the strip there. We've got Anil all the way down over towards the mill still. Quite a bit of a way away from the zone. Kilsenzo, of course, now still just going about the business up into Cape Town. What's up, Kilsenzo? Okay, so Toshiro still on Overwatch. Hasn't budged just yet. Patiently waiting to see, of course, whether or not he'll be able to find that opening. Just utilize his position. What's up, Death? Of course, now Death already sitting on that 1 kill. But of course, now we look to see whether or not Death will be able to pick up any more. Beautiful shot that he put up into Raider, of course. So expecting a few more plays to come from this. We do see Aurora, of course, now just pushing up into zone. Looking to set it up. Krem now, of course, also over towards that Kutatao. There we go. Kutatua. Whichever, that one. Sure, we still see Niter casually rotating through. Sneaky, of course, now just rolling up in style. Of course, now we do have a prediction coming in there from Psycho saying Sneaky for the win. Well, if Sneaky crashes like that, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a tough one. We have a nice bit of ambiance being created here. Sounds like we're in a swamp. So Sneaky now trying to be sneaky up in towards the strip here. Do you have that red zone now being deployed as well? Adding an extra element of complexity to the mix. Box now, of course, looking pretty excited. Pretty amped to get into the action. Icon now rotating out of that clock tower position. Hasn't been spotted since that last rotation we did see, of course. Gary now just patiently waiting. But we do have Gary sitting up north. Ooh. This could maybe get quite interesting. Do have a slight bit of destruction down below. Icon, of course, now looking to push on in. Oh, nice. Death finds the head in towards Icon. Gary now patiently waiting. We see those shots come through. Gary with a strategic delayed rotation. Positioning himself right there on the edge. Anil, of course, now up in the north still. We do have Kilsenzo rotating in from the east. Toshiro still lying in wait, waiting to see if anything's going to happen. But in the meanwhile, we do see Death now on an absolute roll here. Ooh, what a jump. What a jump indeed. Of course, now Death now popping off a quick few shots. We do have Toshiro still just positioned on the outside of Clock Tower region. But will we see those shots come through? We did see Icon, of course, now getting taken down, being the second kill for Death. Alright, so Aurora now just playing it safe all the way down in the south. We have Krem also now just positioned on the outskirts there of Botchanok as well as Kota. In the strip, of course, Niter making their way through. On the opposite end of the strip, we've got Sneaky rolling on in. Come on, will we see any of these fights break out? Oh, they're actually so close. Knight, of course, just positioned a slight bit further up in towards the northwest. Oh, Toshiro, though, finds the head. There we go. picks up death in the process. Well done, Totoshiro. The waiting finally paid off. Alright, so we've now been reduced down to only 9 remaining players. Aurora, of course, now sitting quite comfortable all the way in at that southwestern side. Krem now almost within the zone, looking to push in. Oh, here we go now. Niter about to get into a little bit of a fight. Pretty sure it is up here with Toshiro once again. So Niter trying to keep that angle. Toshiro now, of course, just waiting up top. Oh, up comes the hits. Niter now trying to establish where the shots are coming from. And of course, not Toshiro. Just patiently waiting. Oh, wait, that's not Toshiro. Toshiro's somewhere else. What? Who could this be then? Applying the pressure to Mr. Niter here. Let's see if we can figure out who that is. Of course now, Sneaky. Oh, alright, Sneaky. The one tapping away with the hits. Positioned right there behind him. Of course, now 8 players remain. Gary positioned up in the north here as well. So it could be Gary. It could be, in fact, anyone. Anil now also just looking to push on in. Everybody's starting to descend upon this position. Up in towards Clock Tower. The shots now, of course, flying up once again. Anil applying those shields. Hoping that it's not him who's being shot at. Let's see, will Anil be able to get in? Is, of course, right here. Just patiently waiting, cooking up the nade. Sends it over. There we go. Will it find the spot? No, it overshoots. Flies right on through. Let's see who will be able to pick this one up. We do have Sneaky, of course, positioned just a little bit further away. Here we go. Anil now looking to push in. Slow, steady approach. Oh, gets caught on the side. Gary puts the hit straight on in. Down he goes. Toshiro. Position down into the south here. Aurora now pushing up. Ooh, moving in into that clock tower area as well. Krem over in towards Botchanok. We do see Niter now, of course, rotating a little bit further down. Trying to put a little bit of distance in between. Sneaky now also just pushing on in. Pretty close to factory. And so far, we don't really see anyone in the factory region. Gary, of course, still positioned just north there of the clock tower. Kilsenzo. Positioned up into peak. There we go. Oh, Toshiro now so close to that zone. Almost right there on the edge. Waiting in anticipation to see what is going to be happening. And of course now could potentially even be rotating up in towards factory. Ooh, Aurora does spot a little bit of movement. Waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Krem now moving up as well. And this, of course, being Niter, the player that Aurora is keeping a very watchful eye on. So Niter in a slight bit of an exposed position. Gary, of course, not just right there in the zone. No need to rotate up just yet. Kilsenzo, of course, now looking to push on in. Toshiro also just holding strong. Aurora having a little bit of distance to cover. And only a few seconds remain on the clock until that zone starts moving up once again. Krem now looking to push on through. Heading a slight bit further up into the north here as well. 7 players remain. Niter, of course, now on the roll, rotating it to that southern edge of the zone. Sneaky also positioned in the south, but of course already positioned within the zone. Gary still just holding on. Looking to get onto a little bit of a rampage here. Ooh, there we go, Kilsenzo. Quickly popping up the walls as the utils get sent on through. Will we see those shots come in? Will we see the action? Here we go. Kilsenzo keeping a very watchful eye, trying to find the opportunity, trying to find the angle. Here we go. Little ADS never hurt nobody. Oh, now zone has shifted up once again. Up comes the push. Oh, beautiful shot there from Kilsenzo. Of course, now quickly looking to push and find a little bit more damage. Oh, beautiful hit. Down goes Krem. And we did have a shout out even coming in for Krem in the chat. C18FF. Supporting Krem, but unfortunately Krem gets taken down. Of course, not Toshiro. Just once again within that zone. We do have Aurora now positioned up in the north, but is potentially in a bit of an engagement. Oh, out comes the shield. No, Sneaky finds the hits. Down goes Aurora. 5 players now remain. Nita being one of them. We have Sneaky, of course, now quickly trying to get up into the loot, as well as Gary keeping a watchful eye there on Sneaky's position. Kilsenzo now looking to rotate in around into that northern position. Toshiro still just holding strong. So this is going to be quite interesting to see what the players are going to bring, as we also now have Nita. Pretty close. Ooh, doing a bit of a risky rotation here with the vehicle. And then, of course, also this vehicle is moving at warp speed. Alright, so nice the strengthening of the position right there. Sneaky still just keeping a very watchful eye. Gary looking all charged up and ready to roll. Oh, there we go. The shots now coming in from Kilsenzo. Sending it through right over in towards Sneaky, who we see holding up on the edge. Kilsenzo now trying to still find that angle. Oh, beautiful shots are coming in from off in the distance. This is going to be a pretty tough finish, pretty tough fight. And of course, now we see a quick sneak approach just breaking off of that position. Knights are now looking to roll on in. Of course, now Sneaky looking to push even further up in towards the zone. But we do have Gary positioned right here on the edge. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, nice. Kilsenzo pushing up quite aggressively. Will he be able to close it up, though? Sneaky just up ahead. Knights are now still looking to find the decent approach up in it towards zone, but Sneaky now just quickly trying to hide in between the walls. But as we know, one well-placed util could end it all right here for Sneaky. The fight's, of course, not just erupting down below as Gary is trying to capitalize on this position as well, trying to put the shot straight on through. But now, of course, we see Kilsenzo looking to push on in. Oh, come on. Opportunity is there. Trying to pop all the walls in the appropriate positions. Trying to get that covered. Of course, that push up into zone itself as well. Kilsenzo not trying to hold on. Toshiro pushing into the mix. Niter with the off-angle play. Sneaky trying to send the utils over, trying to find that extra bit of damage. Oh, nice. 66 damage being picked up right there. Kilsenzo now being forced to try and make a play, trying to make a stand. 4 players now fighting it out for this booyah. Kasi Toshiro now holding down in towards the south of the zone. Niter pushing up quite aggressively, coming in from the north. And of course, now Sneaky getting hit. A few cheeky shots coming in there, of course. Now Kilsenzo now looking to push in. Toshiro holding up behind the shield. Niter finds the shots in, though. Toshiro now looking to make a play, rushing into zone. Oh, executes it, and Niter comes in. Beautiful steal coming in from Niter, taking home the booyah. Well done, well played, Niter, getting our booyah for the final game here today. Of course, finishing off on 2 kills. Toshiro coming into second there on 3. Kilsenzo finishing up in a 3rd place, also on 1. Sneaky taking that 4th position with 2. Gary, of course, finishing up in 5th with 1. We got Aurora over in 6th place. Krem finishing in 7th on 1. And, of course, Anil over in 8th. We got Box in 9th. We've got Mr. God Death right there in 10th place, of course, sitting on 2 kills. Icon in 11th. Raider over in 12th place. And, of course, Yoda being sent back to the lobby first. So there we go. There we have it. Pretty exciting gameplay coming in, of course, in our matches here today. But join us back again next week as we continue with our playoffs. Heading into our second week, of course, it'll be the final 2 games for the players to prove themselves. And then we'll see who will be moving up into our grand finals. So it is going to be pretty exciting stuff. So be sure to join us back in once again next week as we continue with some more free fire action. Also powered by Vodacom World, and it is going to be an end. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Stay safe and see you back again next week.